What up, LC heads? So I got done working with Rem. Pretty happy with her. And then I really started to look around at my characters, like who should I work on next? So what I'm going to say is this. Not all kits are created equally. It's going to be the moral of the story for this vid, right? So we have Rem. Just kind of quickly take a look at her kit and why I don't think they were trying to overjuice her here. Pretty much, you know, Rem has warned you. We're upgrading her her actual skill kit. We get giant killing 2. Like that's the big buff that she gets really. Skill and special damage to bosses plus 20% and damage cap plus another 2,000. So that's why she's hitting bosses for 33,000 with her S4. So cool, right? But we go over here and she's pretty much just getting more upgrades to her skill kit, just her S1 through S3, and we get her transformation. That's the big one, right? That is the big one. And then over here, you're just getting some hit points and, you know, her other ability. S1 through S3, giant killing 2, and then her passive gets upgraded a little bit. Not her passive, her transformation. Sorry. They could have upgraded her passive as well. I think that would have been really, really cool. Add an extra 10% to that damage reduction, right? So let's take a look at another hero who I think, obviously, you know, Rem is limited to how much they can upgrade her because she's going to get 30, 40,000 hit points to play with. So there's only so much they can do for her. But if we take a look at Reese, a more recent character that I am working on, she gets a hell of an upgrade. Right off rip, up here, she gets Earth Attack Rise 3. Yo. That's such a huge upgrade already. Earth attack damage, so every damage you do pretty much, plus 30%. And earth damage cap plus 2,000. And this isn't just against bosses. This is all over the frickin' place. This would have been like them giving Rem no attribute attack rise 3 for free instead of giant killing. So it would be applicable to everyone because that's all the damage that she's doing, and not only to bosses. And actually this is giving you attack damage 30% and 2,000 cap. What Rem got is giving her 20% more damage only to bosses and the 2,000 cap. So yeah, not all kits are created equally, obviously. She has 2 of her kits, or 2 of her abilities in here, Meteor Thrust and Whirlwind Spear. I think that's the S1 and the S3. Let's see, what do we got here? Here's the S2, medium long range, light combo attack. I actually like her S2. I think it's pretty cool. Puts in some work. And then we come over here and she gets her awesome passive up. Laurentian Guard. When unit is alive, all allies physical / magic attack damage plus 20%. That's nice. That's really nice. When a unit is incapacitated, restore all living allies hit points and apply a defense in mind plus 35% buff. Man, that is awesome. I really do like that. Hopefully, if somebody's going to die, this will be the first girl to die, and then she can give everybody a nice buff for survival and give them some healing. Man, if she wasn't such a good dual wielder, I might even try. I gotta get that. Yeah, if she wasn't such a good dual wielder, I might even like try putting that that suicide robe on her. That gives like a nasty debuff to bosses or anyone that kills her. Gonna have to wait on the hit points. Ooh, you know what? Why not? This girl's worth it. We definitely need to run back into that rainbow ability gate. I can honestly hold off on these because I don't even really have enough jumps for them anyway. The Lance Surge. So this is where I'm at with this girl. She is still just stupendously awesome, right? We're taking a little bit less earth damage, But yeah, not all of these kits are created equally. And I guess rightfully so, because if Rem got upgraded to this point, like if we gave her no attribute attack rise 3, you know, and that would be the shit. And then actually upgraded her passive, not just her transformation, but her actual passive, so that everybody's taking less damage. Man, I think she might just be too top tier. I don't know, right? This girl's going to get more upgrades, of course, because she doesn't get to, mess around with her hit points and run around, with 40,000 health. So, yeah, Reese is the next girl I'm working on, because I've decided, obviously, I have to catch up my earth damage party. That is really what I should be concentrating on. Reese goes into that earth damage party, and so does Levi. Right, and I wasn't even expecting to have Levi, so he is totally trailing. He's only level 90. Like Misaka, I can wait on a little bit. Like that nerd DK says, this guy's just so much freaking fun to play. I can't argue that, right? The thing is when you get his S3 to go off and it's like a 64 hit combo, it's just stupid to watch. It's entertaining. He goes around in circles with his machetes turn into chainsaws pretty much, just spinning vortexes of death. And it's pretty damn cool to see. Just surprised this guy's wrists don't fall off after he's done throwing his S3, because he is spinning the shit out of those swords. But I actually need to work on this Mafk, because he's going to be the core of my earth damage. Here's where he's at. We got him at 86 SC. 86 was a good year, by the way, though. We do have Levi's cloak, Levi's blade. He's got some hanger goggles on, so he can't be blinded. And I gave him this revolver because it's giving him strength plus 30% when the battle starts. And with this guy, that's all you need, because before that buff can wear off, he's probably going to kill everything. So I'm going to go through, teach this guy a few things, maybe give him something to counter the minus 20% weakness that he has to fire. I get it. He's an earth element. He's like a leaf, and I don't know, leaves don't do so well in the fire. So he's going to get like some fire shield, some fire damage resistance added to his kit. Let's see. I can't even look at his upgrades yet. So he's all sharded, all good to go. We just need to get him to that level 100. And actually, I think I'm going to transition to running some of the experience levels. I think I'm just going to get a party with Misaka. She's only 2 levels away. All right, make sure I have enough of these mats for both of these heroes. I don't think they're taking the same thing. Oh, they are both taking the Thunderglaze Bird Feather. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, they are both drawing from the same pool, kind of, as far as like the Thunderglaze Bird Feather. So I'm going to have to grind out some more of those. And then I'm just going to start using 5 tickets at a time to run the experience level. Get these both to 100. Limit break them before this event is over. And honestly, I think at that point, I'm doing pretty damn good. I think I'm fairly caught up if I can get these 2 heroes limit broken. And I know that there's no way I'm going to be able to grind out enough gems to actually, start working on their kits and stuff and really filling out their trees. But I can, and I will, at least limit break them, because both of these heroes, I'm sitting on like 400 or 500 hero shards for each of them. So I can at least, do all that and get, what is Misaka doing? What is her ward? Thunder damage +1. Okay, I'll take the +1s. Cool. And Levi, probably the same thing, just a different element. Earth damage +1%. Hey, those 1% add up, though. Those 1% add up when you're hitting for, We'll have to see. We will have to see. So these are the 2 next characters I'm going to be working on. This whole event has just been And I'll put this girl in, Amelia, just to kind of catch her up. This whole thing has just been a great excuse for me to catch up some of the collab characters from collabs of past and just kind of get them caught up. I even got Rimuru over here at level 85. He needs to make his way into that damn party. Let's see. No attribute damage plus 1%. We have 1,000 of Rimuru shards, so I'm not really that worried about it. He can go Super Saiyan 5 for all we care. Oh, cool. Had a couple potions. You know, I'll save these potions just in case I get lucky and pull a grand ass. It would be nice to have him in the party to level everybody up. Big MCC did reach out and did say that, yes, his plus 50% to his experience is not just for him. It is going for the whole party. So that is absolutely awesome. So my best advice to any established accounts out there that didn't pull grand ass and you're kind of doing the same thing as me, working on characters of collabs past, I hate to say it, but the first characters I would kind of cross off the bottom of the list would actually have to be the Devil May Cry characters. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at it like Dante's a great breaker, you know, but Rem can also break, and, you know, I can make her just as good of a breaker, but she can also have a shit ton of hit points and can probably out crowd control Dante, and she just seems like a better fit. Her damage is always going to be applicable. Nero is actually... Man, it's hard to say that Nero's the strongest out of the three right now, but from the benchmarks that I ran, Nero was still finishing the benchmark level. Dante couldn't, and V could not. I thought V could. I thought I'd be able to status my way through that level, and like I told you guys, yeah, I tried to finesse the plug and everything. It just was not happening. I was even stunning some of the enemies, switching targets, you know, actively trying to snake my way through that level. It just didn't happen. He died, so Dante and V really have no chance of soloing the level that I was taking them to. And Nero made it. Nero made it because of his awesome S3. He's able to run away and use that. He does great damage to the birds with it. He still had a problem with the ogre there at the end, but he still managed to pull through. But compared to some of the other heroes that we have, my androids are fully complete with the buffs that Rem and Amelia got. I gotta say, Rem and Amelia right now are above the Devil May Cry characters. I don't know what happened with that studio in Last Cloudia. Somebody got into a fight with somebody. I don't know. But it seems like Devil May Cry really is getting shafted, unless I'm missing something. Maybe they'll get them better next time around. I don't know. But yeah, I would recommend working on Rem and Amelia first. For my account, Amelia is going to hold down, you know, Ice Element and all that. And it works out well because I got Amelia, I never really started working on Zekus. So she's going to hold down the ice damage for me. I'm not really that impressed with ice damage taken minus 1%. But actually, now that I think about it, ice damage is pretty damn applicable. There's lots of bosses that throw up an annoying blizzard, and a 1% less to that, not the worst thing in the world. I would like to see what Amelia gets in her ability tree unlocked when she's actually level 100. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing, working on next. Hopefully they've upgraded Amelia's ability tree a little bit more than Rem's, because Amelia cannot mess around with her hit points. So I'm actually curious to see what Amelia's got going on. She's at level 92, right? I'm just going to put, you know, those other two heroes in there, get them up to 100, and we will see. Now, as far as rogues go, this might not be a bad time to actually work on Chrome, but here's what I'm going to say. They don't need it. They don't need it as much. First of all, first and foremost, shout out to Last Cloudia, to Adis for once, for actually fixing Chrome. When they upgraded him, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't say anything about it, but I did not see his thief ability proccing at all. I was running him for days, and as soon as the fight starts, I check the enemies to see if Chrome procced his item steal right when the wave starts. It was never coming up. It was never coming up. I was not seeing it anywhere. And it was just like, okay, throw Beast Hunter, right? Maybe those chests were falling and that you just couldn't see them, which is just absolutely terrible. But they did upgrade Chrome now, where when Chrome kills somebody, he actually has a chance of proccing an item steal. That is where he was lagging behind the other rogues, right? Chrome just kind of had this passive where it was like a passive chance of a slight Beast Hunter going off. So he would make it into the farming party just to stand in the back and, you know, get that free Beast Hunter thing to go off. But he wasn't really getting anything for killing enemies. You would bring your other rogue for that. Well, now he's like the whole kit and caboodle, right? He can proc his passive ability and get some Beast Hunter off. And then when he kills enemies, he now has a chance, an extra chance to proc the item from the corpse, right? So he has a chance to get that second chest that enemies drop upon their death. So that, I think, was the big upgrade for Chrome. And I got to say, now I'm actually seeing it. Now that I'm running Chrome, I'm seeing those chests drop. So maybe it was just really, really bad luck. But, I mean, I ran him for like 2 days straight. I was trying to farm everything with him. I'm only just now seeing that passive ability work and seeing chests go up into the air. And there's actually quite a few of them. So that was cool, right? But really, I don't think you need to like really hardcore work on these heroes, because most of the farming content that we have right now, I'll be honest with you guys, for some of these bonus levels that they only let us run once a day, and those are the levels that are going to yield the most resources because you only get one run per day. When you put in one of these overpowered farming characters, they're going to clear those waves in one S1, or right off rip. They're just going to clear the wave, and you might proc some chances at getting an item for killing the enemy because you're killing the whole wave in one hit. But you're not going to be proccing your other chance to steal items. You need to actually be able to get hits on the target without killing them for this. I've covered all this in my old videos, my old farming vids, where I used to tell people, hey, take the equipment off of your rogue. Make his attack as low as possible so he can hit the enemy 20 or 30 times and actually get a chance to steal an item from him before he kills the enemy. Because if your rogue is actually powered up, he'll just kill the whole wave in one hit, and you're only going to get half the chests that you could get. So we don't really have that many farming levels that are god tier, where you straight up need fully decked out rogues to try to make it through that level. And if they do drop something like that, obviously what you're going to do is you're going to run your rogue, and then you're going to run 1 or 2 heroes that are fully decked out. All right, the waves are going to start. You're going to hit the enemies as much as you can with your rogue and try to proc something before melee wipes everybody out. And you'll at least be able to get some drops along the way, right? It's not like these rogues need to be powered up to the point where they're going to go in there and solo bosses, right? But for the most part, a lot of the grinding for materials that we have, especially from special events right now, I've been actually using my lower tier rogue, right? Because he's not killing everything in one hit. All right, Zox, I've actually been using him. Well, there's a bonus up for him right now, so that's cool too. If we look at his equipment, I don't even have a weapon for Zox. Why? Because he needs to just hit everybody with his S1 and try to proc Trick Wrist. And I don't want him doing damage to people while he's doing that, right? Because the less damage Zox does, the more he can juggle you in the air without you dying, and the longer I have to steal an item from you. So just IMO, leave one of your rogues kind of low power. Like just the one rogue that you don't really play with. Maybe you have Zox and maybe you have Chrome. I don't know. There's a bunch of rogues in this game right now. But as far as farming these levels that are low power, bring a low power rogue. Take the weapon off. you know, all of that still applies to the levels that actually yield us the most resources. So I don't feel like we actually really need to work on rogues right now. They're in a pretty damn good place. Obviously, you would want to go through and get as much stuff for like Chrome as you can to fully unlock his passive and the percent chance that he gets to proc a free Beast Hunter arc pretty much. Well, not really an arc because that applies to everybody. But you guys know what I'm talking about. That is worth leveling up. Matter of fact, if you guys look up some of my old farming vids, where was he? This guy, Yashimaru, for the longest time, look at this. I still don't have these strength ups. Why? Why? Yeah, he's killing stuff fast enough already. I'm actually kind of, you know, scared to get more stuff for him. He'll just kill things that much quicker. The hit points I honestly missed. You can never go wrong with having hit points for rogues. And that's what I used to do. I would make the rogues as tanky as possible and make their attack as low as possible so that I could go through and proc as many item steals as I could. It takes a little bit longer to run, but you're going to get the most amount of resources per orb that you spend, right? And I really just don't even see the point of unlocking this, making his strength way higher, and pretty much just upgrading his kit so that his S1 through S3 do more damage. He's just going to kill everybody faster and have less chance to actually proc that item from them. Especially, like I said, in these levels that we have that actually proc the most resources. So I don't know, just kind of look over your rogues, see where their power level's at, and you'd be surprised for the stuff that we got going on right now. You might even want to take the weapon off of your rogue. It might actually yield you more items because with the lower attack, you're going to be able to get more hits off on your target before that target dies, and that means more chances to proc that stolen item, and that's what we want. So rogues are kind of off the table right now for me. They're plenty good. They're just chilling. Let's see, the Dr. Stone heroes, I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't really looked over them too much. Yes, of course I'm going to be looking at Kohaku. We got to give her some love. We need some shards for her. I will be seeing what Kohaku can do. She's only at 40 SC, but we do have her knives. That's going to have to wait, though. That's going to have to wait. We have, 5 days left of this event or something like that. I don't think I can cycle those heroes in, I worked on Chrome for a little bit. That's about the only Dr. Stone character I got to work on this time around. As Tsukasa, I would like to see what they've done with Tsukasa and get him to level 100, but that's not going to happen this time around. I've decided which heroes I'm working on, so hopefully this has given you somewhat of an idea of maybe what you should do with your account. Now, this is all just IMO. Work on whatever you want to work on. But I would go through and I would actually kind of prioritize, get a little bit, get a list going, get organized to try to fully take advantage of this island that's up right now and all of the resources that we can get from it. Go through and make a list of how many resources that you need for limit break materials. I'm going to grind out all of my limit break materials today, especially after seeing that 2 of the characters that I want to limit break are both taking from that damn feather. I'm going to have to go, grind out 10 more of those feathers, right? And then it's all just about getting those gems and some of those shards. Since most of these are collab characters, I have lots of shards for most of them. So that's cool. I can start using my tickets to just run them through the experience level, which is only 5 tickets at a time instead of 25 for the shards. So I feel like I'm going to be able to make some pretty damn good progress here. It is too bad that I didn't pull Grandass out of my ass, because it would have been pretty nice. I'll be honest with you guys, if I had Grandass right now, I don't think I'd actually work on him and invest into him. I would just be putting him into a party, probably butt naked, and letting him run with my 2 other heroes so they can get that 50% experience bonus. Shout out to Big MCC for letting me know about that, for confirming that with me. It is good to know that Grandass has that niche in this game, so Papa Grandass is going to be helping heroes level up, and that is pretty awesome to know. So I'm just letting you guys know how I'm going to be finishing out this event, what I'm going to be doing with my account. Hope maybe this will give you some good ideas for what you need to do. You know, look over some heroes of Collab past and actually kind of see what kind of upgrades they got. Because you'd be surprised. I didn't think they were going to do this much for Rem. I really thought they were just going to be like, yo, she's kind of scaled up with gear because hit points have gone up on gear. So we don't really need to give her anything. She'll be good. It is nice to see that they did add like some special giant killing for her. Like I said, it's obviously nothing compared to what Ree's got, which is, you know, an extra 10% to all her damage on top of the giant killing pretty much, because she's getting 30% instead of 20 and the 2,000 damage cap to all of her damage, not just to bosses. So, you know, not all these heroes are created equal as far as the tree goes. And it's funny because we have to get them to level 100 to actually see, you know, what the upgrades are. Yes, I could use Google, but I'm not. I got too much stuff to do. Angry plumbers to deal with today. Lots of fun stuff going on. So anyway, best of luck to everybody out there. I hope this helps anybody that's just trying to figure out what they're trying to do right now. Maximize the shit out of this event. Get all of those, get everything that you possibly can. Get everything that you possibly can. Catch some of your heroes up and leave yourself with a nice cushion of resources for heroes to come. I'm not just going to go farm out 10 of those feathers. I'm probably going to try to farm out 20 or 30 of them. That way, after, you know, these heroes are built, I still have 20 of those feathers sitting around for future heroes. Guys, we do have a celebration coming around the corner, and there will be plenty of resources during the celebration. But to get to the celebration, these are the resources that you're going to be using. So farm out everything right now that you think you're going to need to get you to the celebration. And, you know, most people have to think about it like, well, they're going to at least drop one good hero that I'm going to want. Before then, you know, so just kind of get an idea of how many resources you would want for your little cushion. Now, I'm sure for some people this just does not apply. If you are just like the most hardcore-ist players and you have all your stuff maxed out and decked out and you have resources for days, then I don't know, man. Go find another game to play. I'll see y'all out there later, everybody.